والله كنت فين؟ انا اسف.
معانا النهارده ويعني accept my invitation، لأن النهارده يوم مهم جدا بالنسبة لنا، بالنسبة لي وبالنسبة لبكر. فأنا بشكركم شكر كبير على مجيئكم النهارده وتشريفكم لينا. أنا النهارده هدي نبذة سريعة على يعني رحلة كفاح كبيرة ابتداها بكر وهو 16 سنة بعد ما خلص المدرسة الهاي سكول. بدأ التحق بالجامعة، اشتغل في شركة كبيرة اسمها قومية الأسمنت في مصر، يعني فول تايم جوب، والتحق بالجامعة يعني انتسابه كده، وقعد في الشركة دي مدة 3 سنين. في السنة الرابعة غير الشغل بتاعه وراح اشتغل مع دكتور من دكاترة الجامعة عنده مكتب محاسبة، واشتغل معاه لغاية ما اتخرج. بعد ما اتخرج اشتغل في التأمينات الاجتماعية فترة كبيرة، وبعد ما اشتغل في التأمينات الاجتماعية اشتغل اشتغل في التأمينات الاجتماعية فترة كبيرة، وبعد كده هو اشتغل بعد وين بقى راح السعودية تاني سنة 90، قعد سنة تقريبا، وبعدين بعد كده هو من سنة 89 لسنة 90 أغسطس 90 كان بيشتغل في السعودية تاني، وبعدين رجعنا احنا جينا أمريكا اللي هو سنة أغسطس سنة 90. بقالنا دلوقتي 32 سنة. أول ما جينا طبعا كانت العملية صعبة جدا، كان معانا 3 ولاد وأنا وهو ميحة في الإنجليش، يعني مفيش يا مولاي كما خلقتني، يعني لا أنا ولا أنا هو نقدر ناخد وظائف ولا نعمل أي حاجة. اضطرينا طبعا، وهي معانا دينا وهنادي، وهنادي كانت صغيرة وخالد كان عمره 1.5 سنة، ودينا بس هي الضحية بتاعتنا، خليناها تشتغل شوية. فيعني شي توك اوفر، وبعد كده هو ربنا كرمنا بان احنا اشتغلنا شغلانات بسيطة طبعا، انا وهو اشتغلنا شغلانات بسيطة، وهو مكافح جدا 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 فوق ما تتخيل، يعني لدرجة كان بيشتغل
الجامعة الأمريكية.
معلش انت كمل انا اشتغلت في الشغلانه، وعشان اتعلم اللغه رحت عملت فولنتير وورك ده كتير، وقعدت سنه اودي خالد الحضانه واروح اتعلم انجلش. يعني خدنا وقت جامد جدا،
بس وبعدين مش عايزين نساله
لانه هو بيسال كتير قوي. يعني في الاسبوع الاخراني انا ودينا وهنادي طول النهار بره، وهو بيسالنا انتوا بتروحوا فين؟ وبعدين اقول له مثلا بنقضي مشاوير، هي سر. طب يعني يا جماعه المهم قربناه امبارح. بعد كده هو اشتغل في شركه اسمها طوب الرملي برضه في مصر فتره كبيره، وبعد كده هو التحق بالجيش لمده يعني دخل الجيش لمده 5 سنوات، وكان هو واخوه الاصغر منه واخوه الاكبر منه في وقت واحد في الجيش. هو قعد من سنه 68 في الجيش لغايه 74، وبعد كده الوظيفه دي كان بكر في الوقت ده لقى وظيفه ثانيه، اشتغل في هاي ديزرت هوسبيتال، قعد فيها سنه او 2 سنين يمكن، وبعد كده هو اتنقل للكاونتي قعد فيها 20 سنه. فالرحله طويله، وانا بقول وبشجع كل الناس اللي جايه لسه جديده انها ما تيأس، لانه كل حاجه في اولها صعب، ولازم الاثنين يشتغلوا واولادهم يشتغلوا عشان يقدروا يعيشوا الحياه. وصلنا للسن ده، انا بقالي 52 سنه بشتغل ما بين القاهره وما بين هنا، وهو بقاله 62 سنه بيشتغل. فنحمد ربنا على الصحه، ونحمد ربنا ان احنا عندنا كوميونتي زيكم، اصدقاء زيكم، وقرايب زيكم.
الاستاذ بتاع جامعه اسكندريه كمبيوتر كان استاذي تاني، وكان ليه فضل كبير عليا.
Well, when you have a parent that worked 64 years, you have no excuse in life. Next, I'd just like to take a few moments to have the three of us say a few words, and then we'll open it up. Let's start with Haneti.
Wow, that's going to be a pretty tough speech to follow. Thanks, Mom. Hi, everyone. I'm Haneti, for those of you that don't know me. You'll have to excuse me, as public speaking is not my forte. I usually, leave it up to the gurus next to me to do all the public speaking. So I just want to thank you all for being here to share this very special and joyous occasion with us. We're so honored and privileged to have all of you here. It means so much to us. It means the world. And we're very blessed and lucky to have friends, wonderful friends and families like you. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge my dad. Dad, words cannot express the thanks and gratitude that we feel for you, for all your love, your support, everything that you've done for us. You never held back. You always wanted us to excel in everything we do. You supported us in every way possible. We really appreciate it, and we love you so much. And congratulations on your retirement. We wish you all the best, and we're very proud of you. And we wish you a lot of happiness in your retirement. I know you have a lot of projects that you're already starting on, so more to you. Yeah, so more to you. And now I'm going to hand it over to my bodyguard over here to finish it.
Hello everyone, thank you again for coming. I don't have anything official like these fine people up here, but here we go. A lot to say about my dad. He's always been a very hard worker, taught us from a young age to be hardworking, to always excel, try and be the best at everything we do. And he's definitely done that. You got the whole work history from high school on from my mom a little bit earlier. Just gives you kind of a glimpse of all the different jobs and all the situations he's been put in. And to come to a new country with 3 kids that you don't even speak the language. I mean, I don't even want to move to a different state, and that's just me. That's how it is. But he definitely took a big step, and it was a big gamble on his part, and he succeeded. And he's always tried to instill that in us. That hardworking, just relentless effort on his part. And he's always been a big member of the community. He always gets very involved in the community, whether it be the Islamic Center or the Egyptian American organization, or organizing concerts for Mesto, or whatever the case may be. He's always very hands-on. And, my dad he's very big on tough love. He loves you, but you just, he's got a way of showing it, and it's very respectable, and it's honestly something that you don't understand until you get older. As a child, and especially being, an Egyptian American, the cultures, sometimes they clash. And to see your friends growing up, in school, and the way their families and things do things versus the way your family does, it's just a little bit of a culture change. And but he's definitely one of those strict people that push you to do the best that you possibly can. And I'll share this one example from my childhood. I remember when I was first learning to drive, milestone that we all go through, age 16, on and excited. And I remember we had this 98 Honda Accord, and he told me, no, you're not going to learn to drive on that. Here's the deal. You're going to learn stick shift. If you don't learn stick shift, you don't get keys to an automatic, and that's just how it's going to be. Fair enough. So we had this 89 VW Jetta 5-speed stick. I remember this thing was a beast. I mean, it took a beating and it kept on going. And so that's the one that he taught me to drive on. He's like, not only are you going to learn the rules of the road, but you're going to, hopping into brand new Chevys, automatic, they don't have to worry about it. So he takes me to the Rose Bowl, which were 2 exits from the Rose Bowl, right? Then big open parking lot. He's like, okay, this is how you do it, 10-second, little introduction to the system. I get behind the wheel. Naturally, I stalled coming out of first gear, of course, messed that up. But it took a whole 15 minutes before I started getting it down. And when you have him in the passenger seat, believe me, you want to get it down the first time. You do not want to have him repeat himself. You don't want to do that. So I get it. So I'm like, I'm beginning to feel confident in this parking lot. All right. He's like, good. Left here, right here. Next thing I know, I'm on the 5 freeway. 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday. He's like, yeah, we're going to hit Costco real quick. I'm like, dude, I just got it down, so I'm in there at the big rigs, but I'll tell you what, he did not stall. I did not stall, not once. I got it right, and the very next morning, actually, so that was a Friday, Saturday morning, at that time, you can't even afford a tank of gas. You're 16, you're like, man, that's a big deal. He's like, all right, here's the deal. He had just made a piping hot cup of tea, and he puts it on the dashboard, and he tells me, if you can make it down the street and back up the street without spilling this tea, I'm going to give you a tank of gas. Hand to God, that's what he told me. And I'm like, yes, a tank of gas, all right. I did it, all right? I went up and down the street, and I'm sweating, my knuckles are grinding. I'm like, man, I do not want to mess this up. 1, because I want my tank of gas, but 2, disappointing him, you're going to hear about it.
So yeah, he definitely does help us to push the envelope. And I have to say that any success I've had in life so far, I owe it, most of it, the vast majority of it, to this man and this woman. You're becoming a pilot. But then he said, for the rest of your life, don't ever get into an industry where you cannot potentially be the top person there. That had such a profound effect on me for the past 24 years of my career. And every time I'm afraid to step outside my comfort zone. I remember what my dad did at the age of 50, coming to this country and starting over again. No language skills, 3 kids, lots of responsibilities. And right away, I feel ashamed of even feeling a little bit uncomfortable with taking risks. So I just want to add, thank you, Bobo. I love you. You're always going to be my hero, you're my support system. And we wouldn't be here without you. So thank you for that. I would like to open it to anybody else that would like to come up and say a few words before I turn it over to my dad. Because once he gets the mic, we will not get it back, so I just want to make sure. Anybody would like to come up, please feel free. Alan, come on. Yes.
You said I'm a speaker. Oh my God. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Abu Bakr, what do I say about Abu Bakr? To me, Abu Bakr is the best example of what a volunteer should be. My viewing and watching Abu Bakr never say no to an opportunity to be there, to help someone, to move things forward. Thank you. Yes, that is Abu Bakr. I always felt he was like an older brother to me. On a personal level, I really appreciate you, Abu Bakr, and of course, An'am. Your friendship and your love means the world to me and my sister. You've always been there for us, and I really appreciate that. But the community of the Islamic Center of Southern California would not be the same without both of you. We love you.
Thank you so much for that.
My dad, my second dad, kind of like my uncle, consider Khalid and Argentina, like my brothers and sisters, same thing for my mom. Honestly, like they're a second family to me. I want to say that when I moved here about 12 years ago when I married Amina. Of course, her and her family helped me get into the community, get integrated. I moved here by myself. My parents were back in Egypt, and still they are, my whole family. So I had to find kind of like a second family to myself here. And it's a very tough thing, especially when you come here at the age of 24, pretty new, you leave Egypt with all the big community and a big family back there. And believe me, it's very hard. Like kind of borderline getting depressed when you don't see the same big family that you see. So I want to say, Abu Bakr, he played a big role, and to that beautiful coincidence, he was actually my grandparents' neighbor back in Egypt in Hadaya Loba. And it was like when we first found out the story, we laughed about it. It's like, oh, what a small world. And I used to work with my grandfather back in Egypt. He used to be a manager, and she used to tell me all the stories. He passed away, so she reminded me of him. But Abu Bakr, I know from day one, he was like trying to help me, trying to get me landing my first job. I remember that, putting my resumes out there everywhere. It didn't go through him, but I know he put every single effort, every single connection he had into play towards that goal. And believe me, that made my life easier here, getting integrated into community, attending events, building relations with people, getting to know most of you guys. I bet you, like maybe half of the people in this room, I knew them through Abu Bakr. So thank you so much. I really owe you a lot for me being at where I am right now. So thank you a lot, Abu Bakr. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else would like?
Nice.
تفضل.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Muhammad Abdul Ghani, and we heard from Abu Bakr's family, his daughter, his son, and his wife. We also heard from Hazim, Abu Bakr has helped him a lot. So now it's time for us to hear from some of his friends. You know, you gotta remember, all you in the room here are his best friends. And you all mean so much to him. And he values all the friendship of everybody. I want to talk a little bit about a side for Abu Bakr that nobody has talked about. And that is, Bakr has always helped anybody, whether he knows them or not. Anybody who gets in his way and asks him for some help is always helpful. And that is a very special value that not too many people have that. So we value that for Bakr, and we really appreciate all these good things that he does, and he still does for everybody. Another side of Bakr that there wasn't too much talk about, and that is his dedication to Islam. He is very dedicated since he started with the Islamic Center of Southern California. And now he's attending with us Islamic centers in Santa Clarita. He is one of those folks that you will know from the first time and you would love to be his friend. Not only for his values, not only for his character, but for the love that he shows. And you can see it anytime you look at his eyes. He values a lot his fellow people from Al-Nuqrashi High School. Some of you may know what Al-Nuqrashi High School is, but it was one of the elite high schools in Egypt. And those folks who went there are known at that time. So that's one of his special things that you ought to keep in mind about Abu Bakr. I had the pleasure of knowing him for a long time, long time, over 40 years. So that's who I know, Abu Bakr, and we all appreciate you. We owe you a lot, and we are your friends, and we wish you the best of luck, the best of health, and give us 4 more years to many years to come with your help, with your friendship. Thank you.
Madame Faiza, I believe, was next.
أنا اسمي فايزة شاكر سويرس من يمين، بس اسمي أنا في أمريكا فايزة لانسنج. أنا أعرف أبو بكر من 1997 تقريبا. كان أول مرة يجي السنتر بتاع اللي كان زمان بتعمل فيه ريهرسل for their events في هنا في جلينديل. في ايجل روك. I don't know. Both of them the same to me, you know me. So he was really dedicated to come and attend all the rehearsals. We welcomed him. Everybody get to know him, get to know his kindness, his help, the effort to sell our tickets. He and my husband actually, they were going around selling the Kanzaman tickets for a long time, and we thrived actually based on his help and his connections. And a lot of people here, I know them from Kanzaman actually. And it was a very successful venture, and Abu Bakr helped tremendously in the success of this group, Kanzaman. Unfortunately, Kanzaman doesn't exist anymore, but we still value Abu Bakr very much. And thank you very much.
حبينا نعمل اول حفله على برستيج تياتر، فقلت لنا انت ان في واحد اسمه احمد زويل في كالتك.
Yeah, I must say that.
كالتك sold out 1500 كرسي انا وفكري اللي بعناهم.
During Kanzaman, I had the pleasure and the honor of talking and meeting with Dr. Ahmed Zuhail, God bless his soul. He helped us tremendously in getting the, what do you call it? I don't remember even the name. I retired for a very long time. And the auditorium, we were able, it had the capacity of 1,500 seats. And we were able to fill the seats. And Abu Bakr and Fikri were really working very hard to do that. And they did it.
طالبوا حد يقدم الحفله.
فاختاروا دينا.
دينا وقفت على المسرح بتبص كده 1500 كرسي.
دينا
رحت مغمضة عليا كده وبدأت أقدم أحمد زويل وأحمد زويل قدم الحفلة.
Yeah, and Dina did a very good job too. In fact, I have the VCR for this event, and I promised Dina to give her a copy of it or a CD of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tante. This was actually a very memorable event. Yes, I think anybody that has attended it would tell you that. And yes, I did stand on the stage. I was supposed to give the introduction. Actually, I was supposed to recite poetry. And I looked, and I saw, I looked right from behind the curtain, and I saw this whole auditorium, 1,500 people there. And I almost got I couldn't move. I started feeling this. And then I don't know what happened. I just stepped out, and I did it. And it was one of those public speaking events that I would never forget. Just the way I felt. Uncle Fikri is next.
Abu Bakr, and just to add to what Faiza said, that we knew Abu Bakr and Adi and In'am, Khalid and Dina, of course, since 1997. It was almost 25 years ago. But there's always something I remember Abu Bakr is, with Hafalat Kanzaman, Abu Bakr was always running around making sure that everybody is seated well, paid his tickets, any coordination. But the conductor was from Jordan, and he had some favorites people to let go inside the theater free. And I was sitting on the outside watching the in and out, and those guys were supposedly in the press, and they're supposed to write some good comments about us in the newspaper. And one of them was from Syria, and I said, where did you get those free tickets? He said, that's from the conductor. I said, how did you get that? And I was always fighting for the conductor giving me tickets, which was really nothing at that time. It was like £25 or $25 a piece, or $10. He said, I am from Jahshan. I said, Abu Bakr, this guy is from Jahshan. And in Egypt, Jahshan means 2 asses. And Abu Bakr was so generous and kind. He said, listen, is he only one Jahsh? 2 Jahshans? Let him go. Thank you, Abu Bakr. We love you very much. We love your family. You've been an excellent friend.
Thank you very much for that. I just want to remind everybody to keep signing our poster over here, my dad's retirement poster, if you please. I'm sure I'll appreciate it. Is there anybody else who'd like to say a few words? Anybody?
Ihab.
Not all at once. No.
Ihab. Thank you.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أشكر أستاذ بكر لدعوتي النهاردة، ومن خلال معرفتي بأستاذ بكر بشهور طويلة، ممكن من سنة وكام شهر كده، بس فعلا هو شخصية يعني حبوبة جدا. محدش يقعد معايا يتكلم معايا يمل من القعدة، بيحب يتكلم معايا كتير جدا وما يملش أبدا، وفعلا خدوم جدا جدا جدا. لدرجه ان ما كنتش متخيل ان حد موجود هنا في امريكا بيعمل اللي بيعمله ده. برضه يمكن موقفي برضه هو حالته نفس حالتي بالظبط. انا جاي هنا برضه 50 سنه زي ما هو ليه 50 سنه. عندي برضه 3 اولاد. الحياه صعبه دلوقتي فعلا بالنسبه لي برضه، لان بقالي سنه بس هنا، بس إن كل ما اشوفه فعلا بيديني امل ان حاجه كويسه وحاجه كبيره جدا قدام ان شاء الله. وحبيت اشكره، وهو مثل اعلى ان شاء الله في امريكا هنا. شكرا.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? The man of the hour. We'll get the man of the hour up here.
يعني أنا هطول عليكم القعدة شوية. هنتكلم بالتفصيل إذا كنتوا انتوا فاضيين، ما أعرفش حاجة من السنة. يعني أبتدي أتكلم على تعليمي. أنا المفروض إن أنا كنت علمي رياضة مع أيمن، بقالنا 60 سنة في نوراشي مع بعض، وبأهل نفسي أخش كلية الهندسة. كنا شقاي، بنلعب باسكت وبنلعب هاندبول وباسكت وكل انواع الرياضيات، فما جبناش مجموع. هو راح كليه الزراعه وانا جبت مجموع يوديني جامعه دمشق كليه الهندسه. فاخويا الكبير قال لي تروح؟ قلت له لا، مصاريف كتيره وليا اخ تاني في التعليم واخ تالت وبتاع. المهم فبعاقب نفسي، قلت له انتوا مش عايزيني ابقى معايا شهاده؟ انا سيرتيفيكتس اوكي، هخش الجامعه واجيب لكم الشهاده عشان خاطر المجتمع. فكنت اول واحد يكسر الرولز بتاع الفاميلي رولز while he is 16 years old to go and find a job بانشنج ماي سيلف، يعني بقدم نفسي. خلاص. في خلال هذه الفتره اشتغلت ككاتب محاسبه، وكنت براجع حسابات البنك الاهلي وشركه مصنوعات وحتت كتيره قوي في مصر. وبعد ما اتخرجت حبيت ارجع للكارير الهندسي مره ثانيه، فبدات ادور، فلقيت ان الالكترونيك سيستمز والاي بي ام والكمبيوترز بدات في هذا الوقت. فرحت الجامعه الامريكيه ومع شركه الاي بي ام وبدات
ايه المواهب دي يا سيد؟ ايه المواهب دي يا سيد؟ ايه المواهب